what we're witnessing right now isn't just basketball. It's the ultimate race against time, and I don't know if you're all ready for what's coming next. This could be the beginning of a change that nobody in Los Angeles is ready to accept, but that nobody can stop watching. Hey, Lakers Nation, this is Samir, and my heart is in my mouth as I write this, because what happened in Houston tonight wasn't just a regular playoff win. It was a seismic wake-up call for the rest of the league. Close your eyes and try to feel the pressure. 22 seconds left. The Rockets' gym is a boiling cauldron, and the Lakers are 3 points behind, their season and pride hanging by a thread. Young Reed Shepherd, with all the energy of the new generation, explodes toward the basket, thinking he'll seal our fate. But he forgot who was in front of him. Suddenly, a shadow, 2.5 meters long, stretches out completely. LeBron James flies and snatches the ball from the boy's hands with an authoritative punch. Possession is ours. Chaos ensues. The ball burns. Marcus Smart attempts a pass. The ball escapes. LeBron stumbles, recovers, passes to Kennard, receives it back. And for a second, the world stops. LeBron, at 41 years old, plants his feet and releases the shot. The sound of the net shaking was the most deafening silence in the history of that arena. Tie. But what really worries me, and what should keep you all up at night, isn't just that miraculous shot. It's what's happening behind the scenes, where the cameras don't reach. Just over 20 days ago, we were written off, buried. Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves both suffered serious injuries on the same day, and the team crumbled in humiliating defeats. The narrative was that Grandpa LeBron would now be, at best, the third option on a soulless roster. And here begins the real problem for those who thought the reign was over. Behind the scenes, the message is clear. Management knows they're playing with fire by demanding that a man in his 23rd season carry this burden alone. But the impact on the roster is silent and devastating for opponents. By surpassing Byron Scott and becoming the fourth all-time leading three-point scorer in Lakers playoff history, LeBron isn't just breaking records, he's kicking down the door on the Showtime dynasty and declaring that history now belongs to him. He's now second only to Kobe Bryant. Think about it. The outside shot was never his specialty, but he molded himself, evolved, and now, averaging 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists in this series, he's summoning the ghosts of 2016 and 2020. That beast mode version that we thought time had erased. This changes everything for the immediate future. We're up 3-0 in the series, but we're watching a genius expend his last drops of fuel to keep alive a hope that everyone said was lost. Every jump LeBron makes me hold my breath. Every fall makes me pray. The fate of the greatest franchise in the world is no longer in tactical schemes. It's in the hands of a man who refuses to grow old before our eyes. It's the peak of tension. We're on the edge between impossible glory and total exhaustion. Is this just another obstacle overcome, or are we witnessing the beginning of the end of an era for the Lakers? Will the miracle last until the title, or will the price to pay be too high? Comment below what you feel watching this guy make history at 41 years old, and subscribe so you don't miss any chapter of this real-life drama. The atmosphere in the locker room must be electric, but with that silence of those who know the war is far from over. Seeing LeBron assume this posture of absolute closer, being our luxury third option who becomes the protagonist when the going gets tough, is mind-blowing. We look at the numbers and it seems like a video game, but the reality is that every minute he's on the court now is worth pure gold. The impact of this on the next games is immense. The Rockets are in a tailspin. How do you put together a game plan against a 41-year-old who decides to defend like an elite center and shoot like a perimeter specialist? The 3-0 lead gives us a breather, but the risk of overload is real and palpable. The stark truth is that the absence of Luka and Reeves forced an evolution that no one predicted. The surrounding cast, guys like Luke Kennard and Marcus Smart, understood that they can't falter when the ball comes to them, because the effort that the King is making to generate these opportunities is superhuman. We're playing on the edge of physics. If he continues at this level of production, averaging close to a triple-double in the playoffs, the narrative that the Lakers were out of contention will become the biggest prediction error of the decade. We feel that something great is being built through sacrifice, sweat, and the cool head of someone who has seen it all in this league. But there's that chill down your spine. What happens if the body complains? What happens if the magic needs a break? The tension in Los Angeles is constant because we know we're walking a tightrope between the epic and the tragic. The team's fate is entirely tied to this longevity that defies science. It's beautiful to watch, but agonizing to root for. Every possession now feels like the final chapter of a book we never want to end. What LeBron is doing at 41 is something that defies logic. We've gotten used to greatness, but seeing him stretch to that extent to block Shepard and then sink the tying shot, man, that's what defines being a Laker. It's showtime by force, by sheer willpower. My honest opinion is that we're living through the Kings of the last dance in Los Angeles, and he's decided he won't leave the stage without first hanging his 18th banner on the roof of the Crypto.com arena. What I really think. LeBron the Phoenix. He's no longer the 48-minute hustler, but he's the smartest player in history. Watching him surpass Byron Scott and catch up with Kobe in three-point records
makes me feel like his legacy here is finally being sealed. He's no longer a visitor to Cleveland or Miami. He's one of us. The risk is real. As excited as I am about the 3-0 lead, I'm very worried that we're depending on a 41-year-old to be the closer because Luka and Reeves are injured. We're playing with our hearts in our mouths. Every time he falls to the ground, I hold my breath as if it were someone from my family there. The mystique. Something's happening this year that reminds me of 2020. It's that us against the world feeling. Everyone wrote us off 23 days ago, and now the same guys who criticized us are having to swallow the fact that LeBron is the best on the court. For me, the Lakers aren't just a team. They're a part of my routine as a creator and a fan. Seeing this Herculean effort makes me believe that even with the absences, we have the X factor that no other team has. The experience of those who have already won everything. If his body can handle it, nobody can stop this man. But what about you? Do you think I'm being too optimistic, or does King really have what it takes to single-handedly win this championship?